Just wanted to do a quick update on something I spotted in Google Gemini. Those of you that know me quite well will know I'm a big fan of NotebookLM, and it seems that Google has now added NotebookLM as a possibility for sources within Gemini. One of the challenges with Gemini itself, if you're wanting to upload files, for example, you're limited on the number of files in each prompt. You can pull from Google Drive, but you're still limited. But if you're building a NotebookLM notebook, there's kind of no limit on the sources. Well, not a limit you're likely to reach very quickly. So if I want to pull in 50 different sources or 100 different sources, I can pull those into NotebookLM first, and then I can have Gemini take a look at that, and I can interact with that information as well. I'll just give you an example. I have a NotebookLM notebook, which is basically linked to all of jCloud's podcasts. What we're doing when we're linking this with Gemini is we're just linking to the sources. So the stuff in the studio, we don't get to interact with, but we can do the same kind of things in Gemini that we were doing in the studio, but then we have the Gemini features on top of that. So I'm going to use this jCloud's podcast as an example. If I jump into Gemini, I hit the little plus here, and we've always had this upload files, add from drive, and import code. Now we've got NotebookLM, and this will give me a whole list of all of my notebooks. There's my jCloud's podcasts, and now I can start interrogating the information in that notebook. So I'm going to say, I want to understand best process for creating podcast intros. I'm going to submit this. And we can see it's going through the process as it normally does with the content that we supplied it from that notebook. We now have an output which is based on all 50 of those sources, creating that podcast intro, what the content selection is, the framework to use. I can then continue on doing more with this. I could put this into the canvas. I can then start interacting with this in the canvas, making it into a document. Now, another thing you can do is you can add more than one notebook. So this becomes interesting. So maybe I've got Jay's videos in NotebookLM in one notebook, and then I've got, I don't know, someone like Digital Spaghetti in a different notebook, all of their hints and tips about making YouTube content, in this instance, kind of YouTube themed. I can then pull both of those notebooks together, which you can't do in NotebookLM unless you import the same sources once more. I can have a bunch of NotebookLM notebooks in here and query them, work with them, pull information out, look for differences, look for similarities. So yeah, quick overview of using NotebookLM as a source in Google Gemini. Let me know if it's useful.